Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Kadazo Jabo, and welcome to the Tech Journey channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Python. So, I'm going to give you an intro into Python and how you can use strings and integers. Just watch out. We're going to start by installing Python. I'm going to show you how you're going to install Python 3 if you're using Windows, and let's get right into it. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get to how we can download Python on our system. So this is my Microsoft Edge. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to put Python. I'm going to put download. Python download. So I'm just going to hit enter, and you see on Python download, you just come here and you see install Python on your store. So this is my store here. You can go straight to your store here and put Python, and it's still going to come up like this. Or you can just put it from here and say install on Windows, and it will refer you to this place. So this is Python 3.11. Depending on the specification of your computer, maybe it's 32-bit, 64-bit, you can know and know the recommendations that you would naturally need when you're installing Python. So I'm just going to install Python 3.12 for this exercise. So 3.12, you can just come here and put get. I'm using Python 3.13. There will be 3.13, but because it's installed on my system, that it isn't showing here. So 3.13 is the way to go. So let's get right into it. So after installing your Python, as you saw in the video, the previous video, you're just going to go here. You can press your Windows key on your keyboard. You come here, you see all. Now there's an inbuilt IDE where you can just, mess around on your system. Now we're going to create another video for Python IDLE, and there we're going to be doing way more sophisticated work. But here today we're just going to be using our inbuilt terminal. So you see your terminal here. You can also search it here, terminal, but here it is. I just want to scroll down so that we can get it exactly. So this is your terminal, and when you go into your terminal, we see that it's opening up PowerShell. So I'm just going to zoom this in, going to expand this. So it's open up PowerShell. So on PowerShell, we're just going to put in Python so that it knows the language we're relating with, the language we're going to be using. So now once you hit write Python in, just hit enter, and you see that a Python IDE is created. So you see Python 3.13, that's the version of Python I'm using, by the way. 64 bits, AMD, this is the specifications to the system I'm using. And now we have this. So today we're going to be talking about integers, and strings. Okay, so now when it comes to Python, you see that when I'm using pound, for example, I'm just gonna come here, I'm using this, I'm using pound. Pound represents writing a note. So this isn't a functioning calculation. It's not an operation on Python. It's just a note. Maybe you're creating an operation and you just want to note something out so that the person reading it will be able to understand. You can use pound to write things. So you can write anything like I love cookies, and it's going to represented as I love cookies. Although in Python, all the space, these are all characters, so this won't work. Now let's get right into it. So I'm going to tell you about integers. So integers, we're going to be running simple functions. On Python, if you're familiar with programming languages, you see that maybe on HTML is more of input in, input out. So maybe whatever you put in is exactly what you're going to get. But Python is way more upgraded. Python is the most used language in the world, computer language in the world, because it's used for various activities and various functions. For example, on Python, you can create a game, you can create You can create a website with Python. And you can do so much more. So Python is a language you would want to know if you're a computer scientist or if you're a tech enthusiast. So today I'm going to be showing you. So today we're going to be working on Python. So Python is quite simple. Let's say a simple function like 2 times 3. This is 2 times 3. This is going to give us 6. So you see, Python doesn't give you exactly what you give it. It gives you more of what it has processed. So Python has a mind of its own, and it can give you information based on what you gave it. So what you feed it, it can feed you back information. So let's see if it works. Okay, 6 divided by 3. Now let's go hit it. And it gave us 2. So these are all integers because integers are numbers. Integers are numbers. Now, but when we're going on, we know that there are more sophisticated versions of integers. Let's see whether we can do basic algebra on Python. So let's say something like x is equals to 2 times 3. X is equals to 2 times 3. Hit it. And it works. Okay, so let's see. When we come here, I will place x and we just hit enter. X is equals to 6. Because the values that were and this was an operation saying x is equals to 2 times 3. And it gave you the value 6. Now, okay, we have that. This is looking amazing. So now we see that Python gives us information based off of what we give it. So it processes it and gives us information. It doesn't just give us data back. But can Python give us data back? Let's see. Now, there's a way you can make Python give you back your data. And let's say x is equals to open quotation 2 times 3 and close quotation, and I hit enter. Now x is equals to open quotation 2 times 3 close quotation. Now x is going to be equals to, let's just put x is equals to 2 times 3, and it didn't give you the value 6. And why is this? Now you see, when in Python, whenever you use a quotation mark, we have 3 types of quotes. We have single quotes, double quotes, and multiple quotes. So whenever you use a quote in Python, it simply means that you're telling Python, I am the one putting this value. So this is a value, it's not an operation. And a value is something that you have placed a particular, I'm going to use the word value to it. So this is a particular value you've placed on this item or on this number or on this string. Now, when it comes to strings are alphabets, integers, and numbers, so that we don't get it confused. Now, I want to work more on, now we've gotten the integer aspects. We've gotten integers. Now, I want to work on strings. So let's say, I want to give Python information, and this information is my first name. So I'm just going to put first name is equals to, now first name. The reason why I'm using an underscore here is because when you use a space is a value, so that would make this 2 words. So the moment you make it first space word space name, you've given this an extra value here, which is space. Space is a value in Python, and that would make your calculation wrong. It would give you a syntax error. So maybe we'll try that out. Okay, so let's say first name underscore. I'm going to use my name. I'm just going to put Daniel. I'm going to put quotation. So I'm saving this value as Daniel. I'm saying first name is equals to Daniel. And I hit enter. Okay, I'm going to say last name underscore name is equals to, I'm just going to open parentheses, I'm going to say Jaiba. I'm just going to correct it, close this up. So first name is equals to Daniel and last name is equals to Jaiba. So I'm just going to hit enter, and that also worked. So let's say now I want to say full name. This is a function, okay? Full underscore name is equals to first name, first underscore name. Now, first name plus, I'm gonna put a plus. Now, I didn't define what the space is. As I told you, space is a value. And when you don't define a value, you can place it in, okay, now this is a string of this is a string of alphabets. And when you want to put a value after the equation, you want to put a value that has not been defined, you put it in quotation mark. Let's say space, just like this, so that there is a space between my first name and my last name. So I'm just going to put last underscore name. So let's see if this works. Full name is equals to first name plus quotation space quotation plus last name. Is this gonna work? And it works. So let's see full name. Just write full name, full underscore name, and let's hit enter. Now full name is equals to Daniel Ijeba. Now mind you, we didn't put a quotation around this first name, and the reason why we didn't put a quotation is when you are putting a quotation, it represents a value. Now first name already has a value, and if I'm putting a quotation on top this, it changes first name from being an operation. An operation is an integer or a string that already has a value, so it has already been defined. Maybe if I put something like Paul now and I hit enter, you see it gives out a syntax error and it says Paul is not defined. But if I come here and I say Paul is equals to 5 and hit OK, and I come and I put Paul is equals to 5. So it doesn't say Paul is not defined. Now once you have not put a value, you've not put either a string or an integer on this your IDE, on this your PowerShell, it automatically means that that value is not saved. So now this Paul here that I put was a value. This Paul here now is an operation because Paul is equals to a value. So that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the content here on Tech Journey. So that will be a wrap for today. Please do subscribe and hit the notification icon so that you'll be the first to see any of our videos once they come out. Cheers.